ones tonight. Hello, everybody. Give everybody a couple minutes to get on. 3.5 people are going to watch me. That noise in the background is pressure washing. Give everybody a couple minutes to get on here. I'm actually outside this time, not in the garage, so you might hear a lot of road noise. I have everything I need, yeah. I should, anyway. I don't mean I do. Well, look who it is. Well, you sure acted like you did. But because you were avoiding me. But I won't hold you to it. I'll go ahead and say that you like me. Doesn't say that anybody's watching, but clearly you're watching, Liam. Oh, now it does. Took it quite a while. My phone doesn't tell me when I. Yeah, I noticed that too. I had like 5 or 6 comments that somebody left on some older videos and a couple new ones, and it never acted like there was. It'll tell me when they respond to the comment that I left them, but I had to go into YouTube Studio and look through them and check all that and whatnot. Do you have the little bell on? If you don't have the bell right, it won't give you the notification. Two people, hello. 3, hello. Yeah. Hey. Yes, I sure do, Keith. Great to see you here. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is a very, very strange app to work with. I've noticed that. I noticed that long ago. I'm doing pretty good, Keith. How about yourself? It's finally not 95 degrees out in full sun, so I decided I might as well get something done. So, first thing, you can see how dirty that is. And that shouldn't be that dirty because that is where the engine gets its air. So that means that this was sucking in dirty air despite having a somewhat clean air filter, so they must have threw this in after they realized they forgot to replace it before they took it out and never put it back in. That should be a 10mm if I remember right. And these Hondas are stupid hard to get these carburetors off. Yeah, 10mm. It's a Honda, so they're good when they're running, but not fun to fix. And it doesn't smoke or nothing, hardly at all, so I don't think it was ran long enough to ruin the piston and the rings and all that. But these are not feeling too good. Okay, yeah, it's coming out good. Hoping they wouldn't crack off on the block. 3 likes. I'm not one of them beggars that, like and subscribe. Every sentence isn't like and subscribe, because that just gets annoying after a while. But if you want to like and subscribe, go ahead. But I don't do it for numbers. I just do it for fun. I'm gonna shut the fuel off. I got things a little stiff. By the way, there's a 50-50 chance. Oh, okay. Sure. There you go. I've seen you long enough to know that I trust you. Alright, see you later, Liam. These bolts are kind of long. Set that there so it don't try to roll away. Why ain't that one coming out too good? There we go. That one's got some junk all over it. Well, let's see. Now, I will just pull that off of there. That gasket goes right there. Let's see here. Oh, that's great. That's great. It doesn't look like there's any dirt up in the intake there. So I don't think much of anything made its way up in there. That's wonderful. I don't think I need to take that off because it does run fine. And if it doesn't run fine, then I'll just do it again. If you get everything lined up fine, it's pretty easy. And from your comment, Keith, how are you? To all the other ones, it didn't show up on the screen. I had to go in and check it. I don't know why YouTube is like that, honestly. Okay. There. So if I can't see your comments, it's either because I'm not looking or it won't show up on the screen like it should. Because when the comment very first shows up, it should pull up the chat, but it didn't. So, whatever. At least it isn't. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not good to see that kind of dirt in the intake area. That cleaned up a little bit. Ow! There we go. Clean up down there. Seems kind of nasty. Yeah. Oops. Move it over a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit what's happening. Yeah, let me know how the audio sounds, because I don't think my tablet is doing too great with this anymore. It's kind of just it's like the cheapest tablet or the cheapest Samsung, so, I can't expect perfection. Hold on, I'll be right back. got the hose now. Get over here. Try not to make you sick. You can't see any kind of motions. Yeah, that cleaned that up real nice back in there. Ooh. How much pressure there is today. Yeah, that looks real clean. Okay, that's good. All right, you can have your water back if you want it real badly. Hey, Peter. Hey. Okay, Liam. Hey, Peter. Alyssa, hello. How y'all doing tonight? Got here just in time, Peter. Only been on a few minutes. Maybe 3 gonna call. Yeah, I might be live at like 4. Maybe 3 gonna call and give me. Okay. Well, I hope you're live at 4 o'clock. I hope you're live right now. And then I just need to clean out, like right in the throat of the carburetor. And that can just ran out, which is why I brought the other can out. I'm always 2 steps ahead. My hand's getting real nasty, so that way I can still touch my tablet without getting all creaky and gunky. I'd rather use a lot of cleaner than have a bunch of dirt and then just clean out that gasket so it still seals good. Okay, so that should be ready to go back on. I don't need to clean out the carburetor, I don't think, because it does run pretty good. I'm just gonna dry this out a little bit. That way we don't have water in the engine, because kinda don't want a watery engine. Like this. Yeah, you can see it's got a bunch of crap all over it. It's gonna be alright. Parts get here, but you're gonna call me crazy. Do you have an ultrasound? No, I do not. And I want to get one, but they're like $100 or more. And that's for like a little Amazon one too. I'm gonna sell a bunch of stuff, so I might just get one, depending on how much it is. I don't care about the outside of the carburetor too much. You ain't gonna see that, and plus that won't affect nothing. Should I clean it? Yeah, but I ain't going to, because I ain't making a big mess out of this. Hold that through there. Hold that gasket in there. Sorry you can't see nothing right now, but you will here very soon. I'm just getting everything the way it can. see something good happening. Just getting these bolts in this air filter cover here. I think them ultrasonic cleaners are over $100. But last time I checked, I had a really big one saved in my wish list, but I forget how much that was. But I do want to get one for sure. It'd make some of this stuff be go a lot easier. Now, you gotta line that up, and plus, in this whole process, you have to reach around. Well, I won't do the breather until I get this, sort of situated here and held up a little bit. And then I'll go around to the other side of the mower and stick the breather on, because that's where the engine sucks in the clean air from the air filter, which it didn't look like this thing was getting a whole lot of clean air. That's why I had to do this. Bug crawling on me. You can't see this, and quite frankly, neither can I. There we go. I had to feel around a little. Let's see. Yeah, that's true, Peter. You're not $100. I don't think it. Oh, well, yeah, $30 for an ultrasonic cleaner isn't bad. But if I'm going to get one, I want to get one that's big enough, because, why waste your money if it's something that you can't even use, Size matters. Okay, get these tightened up real quick here. Kind of want to do this somewhat evenly here. I'll kind of bring you over to here so you can see a little bit better. Somebody tell me how good the audio sounds. Are you talking? Double O. I don't know what double O means. You mean double O? You're talking about double O. No, he has not been on my channel in a long, long time. I've seen him. Okay, Peter. I've seen him on David's channel, but not here recently. Well, it might have been like the third, fourth, fifth live stream the last time I seen him. Thank you, Peter. I'll just kind of wipe this out in here. It ain't real bad, like. Just got some light dust down in there. I know, real entertaining. Wiping a piece of plastic. But at least you guys can watch me do something, okay? That's pretty well cleaned out, at least in the important area. Now I'll wipe the air filter off where it seals. I don't think I'm gonna replace this air filter, because yeah, it looks dirty. That's just because it's white paper. But if I'm gonna blow it out real good with the air compressor, and if that cleans it up real nice, then because it can be stained, but as long as there's no dirt in it, that's all that truth really matters. I just want to check to be sure that the automatic choke is going to work, and I think it's closed right now, so that means that it should be lined up correctly, and if it's not, then I'll I'll worry about it later. I am going to sell this one. Okay, crystal clear. That's good. Now, the next thing is I'm going to take the wheels off and clean them up and lubricate them. Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully he's doing all right. But no, he hasn't been around here in a long time. Several months. And I'm trying to figure out what size these. 14 millimeter looks like. Just kind of see what everything looks like and be sure it's, because this thing kind of was wanting to push a little bit hard. It wasn't rolling very smooth. Nobody seems to ever do this, and truthfully should, especially with the self-propelled ones, because if it starts, getting a little hard to move, then it takes more power from the engine to move the self-propel, and you obviously want as much engine power as possible. I'll just spray some lubricant all down in there. That way the gear moves good, like it should. Take a little Scotch-Brite pad thingy, clean off the shaft there a little bit, make it real nice and shiny. He changed his username to like Nightcrawler or something like that. No, not that. So if something like Nightcrawler or something shows up, that's him. And a little bit of grease here. Just regular old Lucas grease, that's all you need. Don't need a lot either. That's plenty. And for the wheel, I will just kind of spray some cleaner down in there just to get that nastiness all out of there. Oh yeah, that feels twice as good. And get that tightened up. It's just a little knot over here. That'll help everything roll better. Hang on. There we go. Now I get a little bit better lighting. Come on over to this side. Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe he's just hibernating or something. Oh, well, might also help if I turn the ratchet the right way. I'm going to do an oil change on it, but not tonight. I'm just going to get this kind of stuff done. Wow. Yeah, that is why you need to... Yeah, I shouldn't be moving the whole mower trying to take this off. I had another push mower just like this not too long ago. Yeesh. The one that I had recently, this here was the bolt. The axle was the bolt. It didn't have a nut on there. And it was so seized up that when I tried to bang it out, it just was trying to move that insert. So I actually had to take an air hammer and pound it out with that. That's just how locked up it was, because nobody seemed to know how to maintain it. Oh yeah, that live stream, Blind bird can cut better than you. Clean that off nicely. You know, it takes 10 minutes to do this and saves a lot of time and effort later on down the road. You know, just gotta clean this off. I'm just gonna do the back ones too, because I noticed they were a little stiff. And it's just, you know, a couple minutes for that too, so why not do that to make it easier on yourself pushing it, you know? Well, I guess it's self-propelled, so you don't have to push it, but it takes more power when the wheels are all locked up to... Can you guys still see? It's getting kind of dark out, and my tablet's got to have perfect lighting, otherwise it's crap. Spray a little lubricant down in there. Make the gear move good. And put some grease on it. Shouldn't have started so late, but I wanted to get this most of the way done and get something posted, because it's been quite a while. I'm gonna put a little on that gear, might as well. Kind of goober it up, get it all goobery. Okay, and I'm just gonna spray out the hole in the wheel like on the other one, just to get that nastiness out of there. Hello, we're gonna say night. You think that PB Blaster smells bad? I think WD-40 smells bad. PB Blaster smells good. WD-40 is kind of just... I think WD-40 works better for cleaning than lubricating. It's just not that great of a lubricant compared to PB Blaster. Oh yeah, that spins so much better. It's got, you know, the right amount of resistance that it should have. That WD-40 is real generic. It's good for if you just, you know, not caring how much you use, but truly working with it is kind of tricky. Ooh. Sounds like exhaust manifold might fall off that car. Or I took it off on purpose. I have pension. Yeah, that's interesting, Peter. Come around to over here so we can do the back ones. Wow, it's already been a half hour. When you're doing live streams, time just goes by so quickly. You know, an hour live stream will feel like 9 minutes. Ooh, that's kind of... Wow. That should not be quite that tight. Of course, I'm using a little... Sorry, my fat arm's in the way. I'm using just a little 1/4 inch ratchet, so I have a whole lot of leverage. Yeah, this one don't want to come off either. Ooh, well, this one's rusty. The lack of maintenance always... I've never understood why people just don't maintain their stuff. Yeah. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna go get a light because it's starting to be blurry. I hopefully got some good videos coming up soon here. Live streams, whatever. But it's not anymore at 9 o'clock at night. See that cord long enough? I doubt it. Of course, why would it be long enough? Hold on, I'll be back in just a second after I get this light going. Me with cords and not mix. Every time I touch one, it gets more tangled than it ever could be. Yeah, it's close. Zero people. That's great. I just lost everybody. Let's see, what does that look like? Not great. Let's try that. That's not bad. I think you can see with that. Yeah. That ain't good. Well, let's see here. I wonder if I put that right up there. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. I just gotta clear up all the mess I made here. Don't worry, I'll be back. Just a second. Yeah, that's good there. What if I make that really bright? No, it don't seem like that too much. Why does my camera look dirty? I mean, I just cleaned it. Oh, there we go. Just focusing on something weird. Bunch of people slowing down. We might not be getting all this done tonight just because of the camera and the lighting, or lack thereof. But I would like to get the other back tire done tonight, and then maybe come back tomorrow. I also did notice that the governor shaft is kind of leaking on this a little bit too. Huh. What do you mean by that? Like it just took you out of YouTube or something? YouTube is very weird. I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's just what we got for right now. Clean all that rust off of there. And out of the back tire. And get the grease on there. Why does that look so dirty? It looks so blurry all of a sudden. Tell me how the camera looks, y'all. Yeah, I am too. I bet this thing will roll around so much easier. Yeah. I understand that. It'd be nice if all 150 of my subscribers would hop on each live stream and like it and view it and comment. This TikTok here actually this one is. Huh. Well, because I'll show you. Look up. You see that? See that? That's because the sun is not producing much light. So you want to see more proof? There you go. You see all that? Not much up there. See that? That's called the sunset. That usually means when there's a sunset that the sun is setting down. I got W playlist on Spotify. I have no clue what you're getting at with W there. You have a welcome playlist? Like, what does that mean? Yeah. I'm probably gonna come back tomorrow, finish this. But that spins a lot better like it should. One step at a time, but one step at a time. I don't know what you mean, Liam. You're a little confusing sometimes, but you mean fixing this like just one small thing at a time? I understand that. That's what you're talking about, but I'm not completely sure. Raise that up a little bit. Boom. This handle kind of loose. Cables are all taped, but I'm going to fix that too. Let's see. Deciding whether I should do the other back wheel tonight or wait till tomorrow. It sure took it. It sure didn't take the sun very long to go down. Pretty quick too. This one here seems kind of wore out, but I'm just gonna we're just gonna use it and be glad how it is. Alright, well, gonna do that tomorrow. Thank you for that science class. Yep. I will change the oil in this, but not tonight. I'm gonna do everything I can while it's sitting up here because I don't want to pick it up and lift it up, pick it up and put it down 6 and 8 times. Not 6 or 7 times, but you know, not a very good. This W stands for. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen people say like W this, W that, and I never knew what it means. I mean, there's not a ton of things left to do. Of course, change the oil, tighten the handle, fix the cables if there's anything wrong with them. Same issue that every Honda GCV 160 or 190 has. The recoil doesn't like to retract very good, so that just needs lubricated. But the rope isn't in too bad a shape. It's kind of shaky now. I'm holding it and walking around it. But it's not in too bad of shape. You know, this wheel here is a little wobbly and whatnot, but we're just going to ignore that. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Alright, well. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Let's see, what does retouch do? Okay, nope. We don't want that. There we go. Alright, well. I think I am going to be done for tonight because the sun is rather quickly going down and y'all can't see nothing and I'm starting to not be able to see nothing either. Well, I might real quick just take a look at these cables here and just see here. Hang on. I apologize. I'm not the greatest with the camera. I keep doing the wrong thing. Yeah, that's a pretty good view. I'll kind of shine the light over there a little bit. There, that's pretty good view there. This kind of tape is kind of hard to deal with. Why people don't just fix something the right way, I don't know. I need something to cut that with, because that stuff is really glued up on there. Oh, it's tearing real easy. Oh, maybe this tape isn't quite as strong as I thought it was, because that's just tearing up apart. Something like that. That's just the wording on it. I'm betting that what holds the end of the handle broke off, and previous owners, I guess, thought that some tape would be the best solution instead of just getting a new cable. Because, you know, I guess tape is the universal fix for everything instead of doing it the right way. If you're in the middle of doing somebody's yard, I can see it, but, you know, I was assuming you'd want to get it fixed, but what do I know? Ah, there we go. I see why. That doesn't want to stay into the handle, which I watched a video on somebody fixing that. I forget how it was done, so I'll have to go back and watch it, but that doesn't feel right. Shouldn't be pulling like that. This might not even, I don't know, that cable there isn't supposed to be behind that. I don't think. Why is that? Is this like the wrong cable or something? Oh, well, it might be due to where this bail lever here is at too. That can change it. Maybe adjust that. No, that is not to fix because not the right amount of holes. If they had one more hole down in there, it'd fix it, but nope. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. But what I mean is, right there, it stops, and I can see the little lever that it pulls up there for the engine brake. It's going completely back, and the bail lever is not going completely down how it should. I want to snap the cable off. I don't see any kind of adjustment. Maybe it's just the wrong cable on there. I'll have to look up the model number and see what the right cable should look like if you need to. But oh well, that's very strange. Maybe this had a different. Maybe this came out of the factory with a different engine. This is a different engine, and it hooks up in the. Well, no, because that wouldn't change in this part. Not the. I don't care about the length of this, but having the actual cable part, which is the middle part, and that's what seems to be too short because it won't let the bail handle all the way down when it pulls that down all the way. I'm stepping out of that tape. Let's see. There's not any other holes that could go in. No, I don't want to break the cable either. Alright, well, enough of that. Playing around. Alright. Hey, Arcane. Yeah. And 1 million subscribers, are we gonna? Maybe. Alright, I gotta go. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Green. Because no, I don't. I just didn't know. I don't know much about that kind of stuff. I don't listen to that kind of music. I honestly think that rock is the worst and most annoying music that you could ever possibly listen to. it's all just a bunch of screaming and screeching and hollering and okay, enough playing around with a rope. And the reason why I just up and left your live stream was because I got busy texting my uncle and forgot to say anything about it. But no, I'm not. I ain't upset with you. Maybe I have heard of that, of him. Maybe. But I'm not. Yeah. I don't like that. Nope. Alright. I don't really even listen to music, honestly. Ain't none of it any good anyway. Yeah, looks like that muffler guard's bent a little bit, but don't worry about that. Now, right there, of course, right at the end of the live stream is right when the camera always looks good. Not really, Peter. Just never been my thing. And then I move the camera over there and it looks like crap. Well, I guess it just all has to do with lighting and everything. Yeah, that's, you gotta get it at the perfect angle, otherwise it's almost no point in even doing it. Especially when it's 10 o'clock at night almost and it's dark and you're working with flashlights, you know. And you don't have a real great high quality camera. My big back self blocking all the light over here. That's probably some of the reason too. I guess. My big back self blocking all the light. I gotta get out of the way. Alright, well. Now I'm just being dumb. That's just hitting the wood there. And yeah, those that one ain't tight, which probably not lined up right. Can't see what I'm doing, I'm just playing around with the handle bolts. We're gonna act like we never seen that. Alright, well, I'm done for tonight. I'll be back, you know, whenever I can. It depends on if I get caught up doing something else or, you know, how it is. And then just completely forget about it. And I wonder why that's catching weird. Alright. Wow, it's been just about 55 minutes. Can't believe it's been just about an hour already. What time is it? Oh, it is 9:53. Huh. I started a little bit before 8. Well, I guess a little after 9 because it's been not quite an hour. Alright, see you later, Jesse. Wow. Got a decent amount of comments. Thank you all. My shoes always come unzipped. That's about the only reason why I don't like zip shoes, but I also hate tying them every time to take them off too, so I'd rather zip them. But anyway, this isn't a shoe live stream. Now, look, the camera isn't real good right there. I'm gonna come around here to where it was a couple minutes ago, and look, that's about as clear as it was before the sun went down. It's kind of weird. Oh well. Yeah. So you're Australian, right, Peter? You kind of type like you are Australian. I think Australian accent is kind of cool. Sounds. Now I gotta fix that recoil. Luckily, I don't have to take the spring out or anything. Just spray some lubricant down in there. Yeah, you're Australian. I always enjoy listening to Australian people talk. It's kind of interesting to listen to them. Yeah, it's all loose and floppy. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's not retracting properly. This spins a lot better now. That's just hitting on that wood there, but before it was all rusty and couldn't hardly even push this thing now. I don't even know how to say that. This board is almost too wide to have it sitting like this. Just barely fits. But it's better than playing around with a different table, and the lift table I have used before is full right now. So I've had this thing sitting out here for 2-3 days before I finally got around to getting something done on it. I just kept getting caught up doing other random things. What's it look like up under there? A little dirty, but not bad. Wow, 58 minutes. Alright, well, I gotta tighten that up. I might do that tonight. It's just a little bolt right there. You can just barely see it. And right there. Just barely see it. Those work their way loose. Yes, it does, Peter. Yes, it sure does. You got that right. Still don't quite get what's going on with this cable here. Maybe just not the right cable for it. And somebody just stuck it on there and taped it up and thought it'd work. It's like the plastic casing and all that is the right length, but it's like the metal cable itself is too short. But anyway, I'll look that up with the model number and all that. See what it tells me. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here, get my hands washed. They're all nasty. And hopefully be back. I should have some content coming out a little bit more for a while. It's kind of hard to find something to do. Anyway, alright, I'm done for tonight. See you later. If you have anything else to say, put it now. Put it now, because I'll be in here soon. That's nice. That's real nice. Really nice. Okay. I don't see any adjustments on this cable. just it goes. I mean, if there's other holes in the handle, it might work right, but I don't see any way of adjusting it on the engine. But that's holding that clear back, so I know it's not just hanging up somewhere. I think it's the wrong cable, and somebody just, taped it all up on there and taped it with it like that, so that way, because it never would retract right. You'd always have to kind of play around with it to retract right. So I think just they taped the wrong cable on there, and yeah, I see the problem. It's getting foggy on the camera lens because of the temperature. All right. Any last questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time to put it, because I'll be leaving here in a couple minutes. Yeah, it's been nice. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with, I think that just the inner actual cable was just simply too long. Yeah. It's gotta be the wrong cable. That's the only explanation. Alright, you've heard enough about the cable. We don't know it ain't right. Alright, see you later. Be back in a couple days, maybe tomorrow. If it ain't 90 degrees. See you later. Yes.